Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
Rich Masabny.
And here we go with our last show in May. Hard to believe, May 2012.
Going fast.
It's flying by, isn't it?
It's almost Christmas.
Right, almost Christmas. Summer is upon us here, and certainly by the temperatures anyway. And we have our usual lineup, News and Community Bulletin Board, Nort Beckerman and his Brain Healthy Minute, some CBB, Community Bulletin Board items. Rich and his reviews. What's hot tonight, Rich?
A lot of stuff, baby.
Lots of stuff, baby. All right, hey. Very good, thanks, Rich. News for seniors. And then we'll wrap it up with an interview with Miriam Gennari. But before we begin, here's a reminder.
That's right, Craig. Arlington Weekly News is available at www.youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1.
Okay, our first item tonight. On the heavier side of the news, a bank robbery suspect was taken into custody by Arlington police shortly after he robbed a local bank. 26-year-old Nathaniel Ricardo Rush of College Park, Maryland, was arrested and charged with the robbery. He's being held without bail. At 9:46 a.m. on May 30th, the Arlington County Emergency Communications Center was alerted to a bank robbery that had just taken place at PNC Bank at the 4400 block of Wilson Boulevard. A witness followed the suspect into an adjacent alley and eventually notified police. Here's a citizen that really helped by notifying the police and not trying to take matters into their own hands. So, good job. All right, Daniel.
And Craig, from May the 22nd through June the 21st, county residents will have the opportunity to review and comment on the Columbia Pike Transit Initiative Alternative and Environmental Analysis documents, or AA/EA. The documents are part of an effort to qualify for federal funding. The public is invited to submit written comments on the documents. 2 public meetings to educate the public on the AA/EA documents will be held during the comment period. They will be identical in format and held from 7 to 9 p.m. The first meeting will be in Arlington on Wednesday, June the 6th at the Patrick Henry Elementary School Cafeteria Gymnasium. The second meeting will be held in Fairfax on Thursday, that's June the 7th, at the Goodwin House. You can learn more at www.piketransit.com or email info@piketransit.com.
And also in our news items, here's an interesting one, a good story. Arlington County Police Corporal Steve Troiano was alerted to a woman in labor at a routine traffic stop in Arlington just after 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 23rd of May. Once Corporal Troiano got to the woman, he helped her deliver a healthy baby girl weighing in at 6 pounds, 3 ounces. The baby was born in the vehicle and then transported to a local hospital with her mother. The family told Arlington County Police that the baby will be given the middle name Stephanie in honor of the officer who helped deliver her, Officer Troiano. Good job.
Yeah, that's a great story.
All right, our News and Community Bulletin Board will continue right after we hear from Nort Beckerman and his Brain Healthy Minute. Here's Nort.
I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. There is probably nothing more frightening to people over 50 than what they consider to be the inevitable decline of their cognitive skills as they age, particularly memory, and the possibility of ending up with some form of dementia. With aging comes a change in lifestyle, in the things that we do and don't do, how we care for ourselves, and some concern about our cognitive abilities. We as a society have bought into the myth that aging produces a decline in cognitive ability. Accepting a decline in cognitive ability will ultimately generate a loss of purpose, the need for care, a lack of productivity, and dependence on others. Normal aging has nothing to do with a decline in cognitive ability. In fact, living a brain-healthy lifestyle should produce an increase in cognitive ability with age. It's the care and support of the brain-body system that is critical to maintaining and improving cognitive ability as we age. I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. I'll see you next time for a Brain Healthy Minute.
All right, thanks, Nort Beckerman and his Brain Healthy Minute. As promised, now here's some items from our CBB, or Community Bulletin Board file. Over to 2. There you go. Summer's back, and by the temperatures, you would think we're midsummer already. And so are Arlington's outdoor film festivals. All movies are free, and they start at or just after sunset. Feel free to bring your picnic basket and have a picnic dinner with blanket and friends. Every Monday night is Rom-Com Night in Crystal City. Crystal Screen will show movies at the Courtyard at 1850 Bell Street. This year's theme is romantic comedies, and we'll kick off on the 4th of June with the movie Sex and the City. Visit crystalcity.org and then click events and crystalscreen.com or romcom for more details. Daniel.
And Craig, every Friday night is election night in Roslyn. Comedies about electees, elections, and the elected will screen at the Gateway Park at Lee Highway, which is near T Bridge. The first installment is on June the 8th with the movie Election, starring Reese Witherspoon, Matthew Broderick, and Chris Klein. Did I say that right, Craig?
Close.
Yeah, say it.
Matthew Broderick.
Yep. I did say that. I did
You
say
did
that.
say
Yes.
it right. Very
well,
good.
Visit roslinva.org, click play, and then calendar for more information. Seems like fun, Craig.
Absolutely. Always fun at the movies. More from our CBB file now. Arlington School Board has appointed Cynthia. Did I say that right? And I wrote it down here and I practiced it and everything. Cynthia, Johnson as the new Assistant Superintendent for Administrative Services at their last meeting. Ms. Johnson is currently the principal at Claremont Immersion School. She earned a bachelor's degree in Spanish and education as well as a master's degree in linguistics from Rutgers University. She also earned a master's in educational leadership from George Mason University. In her career as an educator, Ms. Johnson was twice named Teacher of the Year, once in 1987 while at Corey Elementary in Texas, and also here in Arlington at Jefferson Middle School in 1992. And then in '99, she was named Arlington Principal of the Year and was also the recipient of the Fulbright Memorial Teachers Fund grant in 2001. Ms. Johnson has taught for 30 years and served on a number of committees. She's participated in division-wide initiatives and previously received Teacher and Principal of the Year awards. And her appointment begins on the 1st of July. So we offer her, Ms. Johnson, congratulations on that appointment. Nice job.
Congratulations.
All right.
30 years of dedication and hard work.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Daniel.
Well, HB Woodlawn students Andrea Green and Catherine Mitchell placed 4th at the 2012 Intel International Science and Engineering Fair held in Pittsburgh. Their project, Assessing Oil Spill Cleanup, the Ecological Ramifications of Chemical Treatments, was also awarded an honorable mention by the Consortium for Ocean Leadership. The students also received a $500 award for their 4th place finish. The Intel International Science and Engineering Fair is the world's largest and the premier international pre-college science competition. More than 1,500 high school students from 70 countries showcase their independent research annually. Congratulations.
All right, more from our CBB file. The Columbia Pike Branch Library is scheduled to reopen on June 6th after being closed since May for renovations. And some volunteering information now. If you want to learn more about the environment and sustainability, then this is the opportunity for you. Our projects help young adults collect alternatives to business as usual and then plan for achieving global sustainability. The volunteers will need to conduct research online and identify Plan Bs or alternatives to business as usual efforts. Volunteers should have strong web research skills in addition to some knowledge of environmental and sustainability issues. And also it would be helpful if they had an interest in young people and their future. Volunteers will enter basic information about the Plan Bs in an online form, which will then be used at a local conference on August 11th. For more information about the conference, visit ourtask.org, and then click on Programs, and then Earth 2100 Programs. And their number, 703-525-1162. You can also call them at 703-525-1162. All right, hope you got that information. And we'll be back with Daniel and I. We'll be back with News for Seniors right after we hear from Rich and his reviews. Here's Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. The Tooth of Crime by Sam Shepard is a musical story about two vying rock stars, one established and played by John Tweel, and the other is just a new kid on the block. His name is Gypsy Crow. Anyway, their rivalry takes place on a runway stage in the Artisphere in Roslyn by the WSC Avant-Garde Theater Company. The Tooth of Crime is a futuristic tale, all made sensible by talented director Kathleen Akerley. It runs through July 1. For information, call 703-418-4808 or check the web at WSCAvantgarde.org. All one word, as you can see. What a way to close out a season with a musical hit, Xanadu. That's the case with Signature Theater. Xanadu is a happy Greek fantasy set in 1980 in Venice, California, and features Kira, a Greek muse who must never fall in love. Fat chance. Kira, played by Erin Weaver, is sent to help Sonny Malone, played by Charles Brady, to realize his dream of opening up a disco roller derby. This is a fun show about a wonderful cast, including Harry Winter as Zeus, Sherry Edelin. These are big names in town, playing Calliope and Aphrodite, and others, all of whom were energetic. Olivia Newton-John, step aside. We got a gal here who can do something. Erin Weaver. Anyway, you have a good time. Don't miss it. For information, call the box office there at the Signature at 703-820-9771, or check the web, signature-theater.org. Artistic director Michael Dove and the Forum Theater out in Silver Spring have a thing for Tony Kushner. They received a ton of Helen Hayes nominations for the previous show called Angels in America. The new production is The Illusion. This is an adaptation from Le Jeune Communiqué by Pierre Corneille. The story is about a father, Brian Hemmingson, looking for his long-lost son. He engages a sorcerer named Nana Invakerson, that's his wife, by the way, to assist him. This leads to mystery, love, death, all that stuff. It's set in the intimate Roundhouse Theater in Silver Spring, not to be confused with the one in Bethesda. A fine supporting cast makes this illusion real. You'll be riveted. The show closes on June 16th. For information and tickets, call 240-644-1100 or check the website, forum-theater.org. Now, Arena Stage's current production of the popular award-winning musical, The Music Man, is one of the best musicals I've seen anywhere in town in the last 10 years. I'd rank it with one of the top 10. The main reasons are Burke Moses, a guy I didn't know before, who plays Professor Harold Hill, and Kate Baldwin, I know her, who plays Miss Marion, the librarian. They are terrific together. Add to them a totally wonderful cast, and you've got a heck of a show. The creative team under Arena's artistic director, Molly Smith, is fantastic. Not to mention the choreography by Parker Essie. The whole family will enjoy this one. This is a Meredith Wilson, if anybody remembers him, but he had songs in there like 76 Trombones, You Got Trouble, Good Night Ladies, Marion the Librarian, and of course the great Till There Was You. At Arena through July 22. Don't miss it. For information and tickets, call 202-488-3300 or check the website at arenastage.org. And then I want to tell you a thing about, let me see, hold on here. Yeah, here it is. I'm a fan of the 16th century Italian Commedia dell'arte. This is the current show at the Shakespeare Theater Company's Landsberg at 7th and E Street in the district. This is the kind of theater they're doing on this show here, the Commedia dell'arte, and the show is the servant of two masters. Is a great example of this art form, written by Carlo Goldoni and adapted by Constance Congdon and directed by Stephen Bays. The servant of two masters is a bona fide romp, as indicated in the title. A servant, Truffaldino, played by Stephen Epp, finds a way to get two paychecks by serving two masters. The talented cast makes this a joy. For information and tickets, call the box office at Shakespeare, 202-547-1122, and check the website at shakespearetheater.org. And this show closes on June 24. It's a fun show. A lot of good stuff around. A lot of good stuff. But and don't miss Music Man, I'm telling you. Fantastic. Cheerio.
Thank you so much, Rich.
Okay, thanks, Rich. Up next in this edition of the Arlington Weekly News, a News for Seniors segment, and here we go. Studies show that seniors are great pet caregivers. If any seniors are interested in adopting, they can contact the Animal Welfare League of Arlington about foster parenting. The League will present a program about foster care for animals by seniors on Thursday, June 7 at 1 in the afternoon at Walter Reed Senior Center. For more information and to register, 703-228-0955. And Daniel, Flag Day is coming up.
Well, Culpeper Garden Senior Center will recognize Flag Day with a 4-day exhibit beginning on Monday, June the 11th, and continuing through Flag Day on June the 14th. The exhibit is an educational display about the evolution of the American flag and related historical documents. It will also highlight Betsy Ross's role in the flag's history. Flag's history. Flag Day commemorates the adoption of the U.S. flag in the 1770s. Betsy Ross is generally credited, but not proven to be the first person to sew the American flag. The display is open to the public, and that's from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. each day. For more information, call 703-228-4403.
And another item from our News for Seniors file. Art educator and founder of Museum One, Joan Hart, is presenting a virtual tour of an exciting exhibit coming to the National Gallery of Art. The exhibit features work from Spanish artist Joan Miró, a sculptor, painter, and ceramicist, generally known for his surrealist artwork and influence on the late 20th century. American artists including Jackson Pollock. The presentation will be on Monday, June 11 at 1 in the afternoon at Aurora Hills Senior Center. 120 paintings, drawings, sculptures, and prints by Miró will be highlighted. The fee, $6, not bad. For more information and to register, 703-228-5722. Daniel.
Yes, including digital assets as part of estate planning is a relatively new concept. Examples of digital assets may include things like online bank accounts and frequent flyer miles. Elder law attorney William S. Fralin will meet with seniors on Monday, June the 11th at 11 a.m. at Culpeper Garden Senior Center to explain digital estate planning. For more information and to register for the free program, call 703-228-4403. And Craig, free program, that's great.
Free, FREE, we like those. And finally, in our News for Seniors file, nominations are open for Arlington's 2012 Harambe ceremony. Now in its 14th year, the annual ceremony is to honor Arlington's African American elders who have contributed to the community. Harambe is Swahili for community and service, and also includes service and working together. For more information on how to nominate someone, call Laura Corridon and her number, 703-228-3329, or you can email her at lcorridon@arlingtonva.us. Nominations must be received by the 29th of June. And as always, thanks to Judy Masabny of the Office of Senior Adult Programs for helping us out and sending us these senior announcements.
Thank you, Judy. Yeah.
You bet. Thanks, Judy. We appreciate your help. Okay, wrapping it up now in this edition of the Arlington Weekly News is Miriam Gennari, and she's talking with the ladies from Spellbinders. Here's Miriam.
Good evening, and I'm here with Ann Perret and Norma Kaysen, and we're going to talk to them about a special organization here in Arlington County called Spellbinders. Thanks for being with us here tonight, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies, there's this organization, Spellbinders, is a national organization, and it's been around for a while, but how long has Spellbinders been in existence here in Arlington?
Since 1999. It's a group that's sponsored by Arlington County's Office of Senior Adult Programs, and it's comprised of volunteers who train in the art of oral storytelling and then take their talents to our elementary schools to tell stories to children. Norma's one of our Spellbinders.
It's a marvelous program.
Excellent. And Norma, did you have experience with children before taking on this role as a spellbinder?
I really did not, and I will tell you I was somewhat apprehensive at first, but it's been marvelous.
Now, the schools that you go to, are they all elementary schools?
Elementary schools, yes.
Okay. And do you have one school in particular that you go to?
A school that is just wonderful for storytelling is Carlin Springs School. I love Carlin Springs School.
Well, and tell me, when you go to the schools, are they presenting you with the material to read, or do you come with your own stories?
No, we come with our own stories, and we don't read to children. We literally tell stories. It's the art of midrash. It's the art of really telling a story so that children can hone their imagination. And what's so wonderful in the class to which, the grade level to which I tell stories, the children will, when I leave, draw what they heard, what impressed them in the story, and then when I return, they give me a portfolio of what they've drawn, so I can literally see how they have heard the story and how they've responded to the story.
And now there's research to support that this encourages reading and literacy. Tell me a little bit about that.
It does. It encourages their ability to focus on something and really conjure it up in their imagination. It enhances their creativity. At the same time, it expands their vocabulary. It teaches them listening skills.
Mm-hmm. And now, how many seniors participate in this program, Ann?
It's a small group. We have 10 Spellbinders, but they have a big impact. And we're very pleased because we recently received an award from Arlington County.
Yes, tell us about the outstanding award that you received.
Well, Senior Adult Programs and Parks and Recreation and Parks was very pleased that the county board, the county manager, the departments recognized Arlington Spellbinders as an outstanding volunteer for the contributions they make to the lives of these children, as well as their participation in the Tell Arlington Story initiative of 2011.
And now the Tell Arlington Story, where Spellbinders were specifically talking about experiences that they'd had in Arlington?
Yes, and the whole Tell Arlington Story initiative collected the experiences of people from across the county, all ages, all backgrounds, all cultures, and Spellbinders really served as to help lead the storytelling, because that's part of what their talent is, to tell their own stories.
I see. And how many opportunities do you have to affiliate with the national organization? Are you in contact with them?
Oh, we are indeed. As a matter of fact, we are part of the board of the national group. And it is so wonderful to trade experiences and trade stories and trade techniques and the art of storytelling. It's just a marvelous thing.
And now I think probably one of the most beautiful parts of this is the multi-generational aspect.
Yes.
And I have no doubt whatsoever that the children get an awful lot from the experience of having you come there and animate and dramatize the story. But what do you gain from the experience?
Oh, I gain so very much. It is a totally enriching experience for me. I've often told my colleagues and spellbinders that I can be very weary and think, why did I volunteer to do this? Oh my, now I must prepare and must dress. And then I get to the school. And it's like a surge of energy. The children just radiate energy. And you come away and you're just tiptoeing and sprightly and feeling marvelous. It is the aha moment when the children really see something in a story, really hear something in a story. And you respond to that, and it is just the most energizing experience. And it's so wonderful to feel you're giving of yourself. But you know, I was fortunate in that as a college student, we were encouraged to do community service. Now, this was many years ago when community service was not what it is today, as popular and in vogue as it is today. But I learned then how rewarding it was to give something of yourself. And this experience with the children and spellbinders just affirms that.
And what a wonderful... Norma, you are so right about the importance of volunteering, and we are so fortunate to have individuals like yourself that are willing to take their time out and volunteer. I hope, Anne, that more people, now that you've won this award, will come out and join Spellbinders. They can reach you through the Office of Adult and Senior Services?
Through senior adult programs in recreation, Parks and Recreation.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. Well, I thank you both for being with us, and I look forward to having you back again. And now back to Daniel and Craig. I'm Miriam Gennari.
All right, thanks, Miriam, and the ladies from Spellbinders doing some spellbinding. Storytelling. Always good to tell a little story, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have one every night before I sleep.
A bedtime story, I'm sure you do. Okay, that's about a wrap for this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Anything to add before we go, gentlemen?
Don't forget to visit us on youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. And we actually have a new Facebook page.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
All right, so we're out there on the little tube and the big tube. We'll be here next week. You'll be out there, and we'll do it all again for another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.
Bye.